Stock market today, January 22nd, 2026. Global markets rally as geopolitical fears ease. On Thursday, January 22nd, 2026, global stock markets rebounded strongly after recent volatility, driven primarily by easing geopolitical tensions and renewed investor confidence. Major U.S. and international indexes closed higher for the second consecutive day as traders reacted positively to political developments that allayed fears of rising tariffs and potential conflict. Bar chart U.S. markets end in the green. Wall Street posted solid gains across the board. The S&P 500 climbed around 0.5%, continuing its recovery from earlier losses in the week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also rose by roughly 0.6%, adding several hundred points to its value. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite led the rally with gains close to 0.9%, supported by strength in major tech and electric vehicle stocks. Investor sentiment improved significantly after U.S. policymakers indicated they would not impose new tariffs on European allies, reducing fear of a trade escalation that had pressured markets earlier in the week. Globe showing Europe-Africa geopolitical news boosts risk appetite. Earlier in the week, markets have been shaken by concerns over possible tariffs and geopolitical friction tied to Greenland. Those fears sparked a sharp sell-off on January 20th, 2026, marking one of the worst trading days for the S&P 500 since late 2025. However, on Thursday, easing rhetoric from U.S. leadership and statements about diplomatic progress with NATO allies helped reverse much of the sell-off. The renewed confidence encouraged investors to step back into equities, light bulb sector highlights, and individual movers. Several groups and individual stocks stood out during Wednesday's rally. Tech and clean energy names, including Meta Platforms and Tesla, showed notable strength, helping drive gains in the Nasdaq Composite. Stocks in the renewable and energy transition sectors, like Enphase Energy and Fuel Cell Energy, posted significant increases, reflecting strong demand as tariff concerns eased. Meanwhile, precious metals such as gold continued to climb, touching new record highs as some investors maintained exposure to safe haven assets amid ongoing uncertainty. Globe showing Europe-Africa global market performance. The positive momentum was not limited to the U.S. Asian markets followed Wall Street's lead, with major indexes advancing after the easing of tariff threats. European markets also showed resilience as broader risk appetite returned, although some regions displayed mixed performance. Chart increasing what this means for investors. Thursday's session highlighted how quickly market sentiment can shift in response to political and economic news. With tensions over tariffs receding for now, investors have gravitated back toward riskier assets like equities, particularly in technology and energy sectors. However, market watchers continue to monitor inflation data, economic reports, and corporate earnings in the coming days, as these could influence the next leg of the market's trend.